The Brewpocalypz starts in 3, 2, 1. Are you ready? YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Brewpoc. Welcome to the Brewpocalypz. A new patch for Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is now live on PlayStation 4. The patch is just over 9 gigabytes in size. This patch includes support for the Awakening DLC content for PS4, bug fixes, new feature updates, and a whole lot more. The patch will be available on Xbox One and PC soon. However, they didn't say exactly when it's going to be dropping for those consoles. So let's get right into the patch notes. There are a ton of them, so sit back and let me do the work. Okay, like I said, they are adding Awakening DLC map pack support for Gauntlet, Splash, Rise, Skyjacked, and the Zombies map, Der Eisendrache. Now let's get into the main patch notes. Multiplayer. General patch notes are addressed an issue allowing players to infinitely vote for the previous map. Free Run, Nightmares, and Dead Ops Arcade 2 are now accessible from the bonus menu on the main screen. Balance Pass to improve XP earn rate consistency across game modes. Resolved an issue where Specialist Showcase weapons showed both base attachment models and player-selected attachment models. Resolved an issue where players were unable to freely scroll through taunts in the taunts menu if a new taunt was recently acquired. Adding missing rotation prompt icon in Gunsmith, Custom Variant, and Gunsmith Snapshot. Addressed an issue where leaderboards were not properly being reset after a player used a prestige token. Resolved an issue where the Create a Class would not update immediately after the purchase of an extra slot pack. And added additional anti-cheat support. General gameplay fixes included fixed an exploit that allowed players to move faster by sliding just before landing from a jump. So it looks like they have gotten rid of the good old G-slide. Fixed an issue where moving while crouching or ADS did not properly reduce your audio footprint. Addressed issues that affected crypto key earn rate consistency across game modes. In Hardcore, AI-controlled score streaks will no longer count towards the kick limit, which is a good thing. The Cerberus AI-controlled, the Talon AI-controlled, the Wraith, the Raps drones, and the GI unit are all included in that. Resolved an issue where specialist weapon progression was not tracked in round-based game modes. Fixed an exploit where players were being awarded crypto keys when not actually participating in the matches. Teammates can no longer damage friendly score streaks in Hardcore. Addressed an issue where players were able to place turrets underwater after using Rejack. Fixed an exploit whereby players were able to obtain the Hellstorm score streaks repeatedly without earning them. Addressed a bug where players were able to pick up a turret while controlling the HCXD. Fixed an issue in Free-for-All where the mothership could not be locked onto by launchers. Address the spawn logic for Lightning Strike to better match the blast radius. Adjust spawn logic in Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirm to increase the chance of spawning with your team. Black Market, they had a couple of little updates. Players are now able to equip taunts, gestures, and specialist themes from the Black Market results screen for specialists that are unlocked. Updated Black Market purchase animations and FX. Addressed audio issues with Black Market when accessing it during matchmaking. In theater, they fixed an issue where attempting to view a merged clip in a highlight reel would kick the player back to the theater menu. In the store, they fixed an issue with the extra slots purchase confirmation to ensure the store icon updates immediately, and they also corrected a visual layout bug that occurred after purchasing COD points. Combat record. Players can now view other players' combat record by selecting the player and choosing View Combat Record from the Player Details menu. Players can now compare stats with friends and in the combat record. The Specialists, the Nomad increased Rejack stand-up speed. The Reaper equalized footstep audio volume to the same audibility of other Specialists. So the Reaper is now just as loud as all the other Specialists. Spectre, reduce leftover specialist power available if player died while activating the Ripper. Create a class, General, fine-tuned rapid-fire effectiveness across all weapons. Submachine guns, reduced sprint-out speed for all submachine guns. The VMP, they fixed the issue where players would occasionally not show up on the radar while firing. Assault rifles, the XR2 has increased ADS aim stability and increased recoil control. The ICR, the Shiva, both got increased ADS aim stability. Shotguns, and I know this is kind of a little shocking when I read this, the Argus increased lethal damage range yet again. The KRM-262 also had an increased lethal damage range. Light machine guns, all the light machine guns got an increase in the ADS aim stability, as well as the Locust sniper rifle got an ADS aim stability. The Brass Knuckles added a spark effect to Brass Knuckles Taunt. Under attachments, FMJ no longer deals increased damage to the robot in Safeguard. And it also no longer ignores the armor provided to satellite drone carriers in Uplink. The Awareness perk got a reduction in audible range bonus. Let's move into score streaks. The Cerberus got an increased health of the dropship, increased AR targeting speed, increased AI accuracy, increased AI damage, increased missile accuracy, increased missile projectile speed. The Hellstorm, it got increased damage radius, increased projectile speed of bomblets, and increased targeting radius. The Mothership got increased health. The Raps Deploy ship got increased health. Rolling Thunder got fixed issue where Rolling Thunder drone pushed through buildings, inflicting damage on players inside of buildings. The Talon addressed an issue where the Hellstorm vision set would show in a Talon's final kill cam. The GI unit increased GI unit dropship flares by 2, increased health of the dropship, and increased duration to 90 seconds. The Hater corrected an issue where the Hater would no longer display enemies after the owner died. On maps, Breach adjusted geography at doorway of coalescent offices to ensure smooth traversal in that area of the map. Combine addressed an exploit where players were able to mantle atop a building to gain an unfair advantage against other players. On Hunted, they addressed an issue where AI score streaks were able to track players through the lodge walls. On Nuketown, they fine-tuned GI unit traversals around the map. They updated blue car profile to reduce poor engagements. They tweaked unique domination and demolition cover objects to reduce poor engagements. On Infection, they fixed an issue where players were able to get an unfair advantageous position on one of the roofs. On Redwood, they fixed an issue where players were able to leave the play space near the southern gate. In Arena, Popular will replace Mosh Pit in the next season. Popular features 6v6 on a mix of Domination and Kill Confirmed game modes. Domination and Kill Confirmed will be added to Arena leaderboards. They addressed an issue where Emblem Editor UI would remain behind the Arena Pro Series pre-game sequence if the player was editing a layer during lobby transition. Arena default custom classes no longer contain restricted items. Removed the map voting stage from Arena. So that's interesting on that one. Game modes, free-for-all. A loss will no longer be recorded when joining a free-for-all game in progress. In Hardpoint, they addressed an issue where hardpoint boundary wouldn't appear if a friendly player controlled the point. Safeguard adjusted win timing in Safeguard. In Search and Destroy, they addressed an issue where inactive players were not being removed from games in S&D. In Uplink, they updated regulation time limit conditions so that if the score limit is reached in regulation round 1, it also sets the time for regulation round 2. Changed an overtime rules. Game ends if team that set the time to beat in overtime round 1 scores any points in overtime round 2 before the opposing team. Players are no longer able to catch the satellite drone immediately after a score. The satellite drone resets as soon as the score occurs. Fixed an issue where players were able to simultaneously pick up the uplink satellite drone and a turret. Reduced score bonus for kills while carrying satellite drones. Now, in Capture the Flag, they reduced the score bonus for kills while carrying the flag. In custom games, they have a couple of fixes. They fixed an issue where the CTF custom game settings win rules were flipped in the UI. Titles for custom games are now displayed in the lobby with the game mode and the map. Official variants have been added to custom game modes for Hardcore and CWL rules, Call of Duty World League. Unofficial badges displayed in lobby map image for official game variants. Fixed incorrect Capture the Flag rule win condition description text in game rules. They've fixed a bunch of things in Codcaster. They've enabled Codcaster for bots-only matches. They fixed a bug where the Codcaster would begin a match before all players joined. Player will now rap when cycling through players. Player names will appear with the correct colors when using custom team colors. Address several UI issues related to codcasting and hardpoint matches. Minimap will now show when a hardpoint is in a contested state. Flag carrier indicators should now properly appear when codcasting CTF matches. Codcasters can now see objective indicators in the players list when a player has an objective. Addressed an issue where if a player protected banned multiple items, only the first item would display. Lobby invites, they've addressed an issue where players' max party size would be set to 1 when going from a multiplayer lobby to a zombies lobby. They've fixed a crash that occurred when accepting an invite during any cinematic. Addressed several issues related to players being able to exceed the max party size in various situations. Resolved several bugs related to joining a session from outside the game. And players can now send game invites while in campaign. Challenges and medals. Fixed an issue where unlocking the cannibal head for Nomad from a supply drop displayed the wrong item. Fixed issue where images would not appear for some challenges in the after action report. Fixed issue for collateral medal in Hardcore when it was occasionally incorrectly awarded for rapid sequential kills. Fixed a bug where the clutch medal was improperly being awarded if you killed the last player on an enemy team. Addressed issue where nearby grenade kills were not counting towards the Gung Ho Perk 3 challenge. Addressed an issue where kills from a hardened sentry gun received in a care package were counting towards the heavy cover challenge. Corrected an issue where flak jacket challenge was tracked in arena even if the player had not unlocked flak jacket in public matches. Addressed issues where the following challenges were not correctly being tracked: Engineer Prestige, Now You See Me, Running Gun, Blast Suppressor, Gunfighter, Secondary Gunfighter, and Covering Fire. The Media tab, they fixed a crash in the Media tab that occurred when a player attempted to publish a clip from a saved file. Now we'll move into Zombies. General patch notes are: Daily challenge feature added. Ready Up functionality has returned to the Zombies lobby. Fixed an issue where players were not able to achieve Prestige Master status. Fine-tuned weapon balance. Addressed issue where Gobblegum users infrequently consumed the wrong player's stock. Fixed an issue where players were being kicked from match in 4-player split screen. Fixed issues where lighting effect wasn't playing on various weapons. Shadows of Evil, they fine-tuned weapon balance, addressed various exploits where players were able to get out of the map, fixed an issue around an Easter egg quest that prevented a player from accomplishing the quest, fixed rare issues where players were unable to start an Easter egg if they obtained a specific gun, increased the visibility of Lil Arnie bottle, addressed visual issue near Beast Mode altar in Canal District, fixed a bug where players were able to pick up the sword while in beast mode, addressed an exploit related to the level 2 sword charge meter not depleting correctly, fixed issue where players were able to purchase or pick up items while transforming back from beast mode into human. They addressed a bug where the Pop Shocks bubblegum stayed active when a player went into beast mode, addressed an issue where players were unable to wall run after a host migration in the Pack-a-Punch room, fixed issues where players could exploit Margwas from spawning in for the rest of the game. In the Giant, they addressed exploits in the Giant map where players were able to leave play space near animal testing area. Fixed an exploit in the Giant where the player was able to get under the map near the catwalk. Addressed an issue where player could become stuck on collision near the KRM wall buy and power switch locations. In Dead Ops Arcade 2, which is a bunch of stuff, Dead Ops Arcade 2 is now accessible from the main menu. It's a bonus menu. Dedicated Dead Ops Arcade 2 lobby added with public match support. New leaderboards for solo, 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, 4-player local support. Player guardians, robots, and skeletons are no longer collidable. Non-player entities should no longer trigger round exits. Fixed a bug upon death where the player would respawn with 1, 2, or 4 boosts, 2 to 4 depending on fate. New pickup added, Golden Egg, a rare post-round 60 item spawn. The Golden Egg hatches into extra life pickup. Fate of Firepower upgrade. If granted this ability, all weapon pickups will start at level 2, red. Default permanent weapon level is level 2 Death Machine, red. Fate of Friendship upgrade. Player's permanent weapon is the level 3 LMG, the purple one. Fate of Favor upgrade. Golden Chicken now only cycles through level 3, purple. Weapons. Golden Chicken lays up to 3 golden eggs after ceremonial dance. Addressed multiple bugs around Invisible Shadow Man issue. Solo player anti-knitting logic. Addressed variety of issues around small window of possible death when exiting vehicle. Nerfed the amount of score increment given for direct damage to boss. Fixed issues around a small window of possible death at the end of Redness Rally. Fixed for zombie failing to patch when player is in VTOL. Fixed for losing ability to run fast if player dies after Reddens but was awarded the temporary force upgrade. Sentry rocket turrets can no longer pick up items. Upon death, gems now pop out correctly and can be scavenged. Umbrella pickup now properly drops skulls. Fixed for Room of Fate progression break if player captures a falling fate rock before all others have landed. Fixed for player controls not being mapped correctly when joining in progress on a game that currently first-person mode. Room of Judgment logic change to factor in skill and remove the random nature. A player will always be rewarded. And last but not least, in campaign, they resolved an issue that occasionally prevents completed accolades from registering after finishing a level. This would have prevented players from achieving the combat distinction and campaign master prestiges. I will include all of these patch notes down below in the description of this video. If you found this video useful or helpful in any way, feel free to teabag that like button. And if you haven't done so already, subscribing to my channel is always highly appreciated. This has been your boy Brewpoc. I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you on the new DLC. Peace. I'm out.